Boom, this is Kenner, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, we got a bit of Soul Land loaded up today, so let's jump right into it and go over what we got. So we did get some new stuff as we expected. So let's first take away time limited. We do have an awakening event in there, so you definitely want to participate in this. Of course, try to get as much, other rewards as you can. Definitely want to get some of the Sunken Silver as always. Anytime they offer that, you want to get as much of it as you can, so you can get that through the awakening chests, the check-in, and the exchange as well. So just definitely make sure that you get everything out of here in a 3-day space. And as projected, we've got the second Sea God Tag Sand event. And remember, Soulmaster sale. Here are your 20 shards right here, okay? So you definitely want to get these 20 shards. This should give you 110 Tag Sand shards. Okay, now for those of you willing to spend money, you can get the remainder of the 20 shards. You can get, unfortunately, you'll have to actually purchase. You have to use 30. We're at 15. That's not enough. You need 20 shards. So you could do 15 and 8, so that'd be, you could get by a little bit if you just purchase 2. So whatever you want to do, you're gonna have to spend a little money to get it. But if you wait for another couple of weeks, you'll get those remainder, the 20 shards, when the Woo event goes live here in a few weeks. So I just don't see why you would want to spend money. It's not seeing it, okay? So definitely snatch those up. You also want to snatch this up. We've got shards for all the other previous characters. So if there's one of the actual SS Plus characters that you were working on that maybe you did not, maybe you missed the event or something along that lines and you came up short, well, here's a chance to get 20 shards for any of those characters, okay? All the way back to Clear Sky, all the way back to the beginning. So this is something that you could use for those of you who are lacking. So definitely want to snatch that up as well. There's SS shards. I did use this. I used this to actually complete my SS dies. He's all fully maxed out. You should be using these to max the divine skills for all of your other characters because that improves your handbook, which improves your entire percentages and whatnot. So make sure that you do not neglect the divine skills for your SS characters, okay? Well, as well as the SS Plus, of course. You can use that for that as well if you want to use your SS Pluses, okay? And then, of course, a bunch of that. You want to just purchase that too. And this is just a bunch of. You want to go ahead and purchase this as well, so because this can be used on Sea God Tag Sand whenever he becomes, when he becomes live, which should be in a couple of weeks. We should be able to summon him up, and apparently he's exceedingly powerful. The skill set, if the skill set translates on paper to actual in-game, then yeah, he's going to be super powerful. And the indications we're getting are that he is at that point, but we'll have to see it once we actually get him and put him in there. So yeah, so that's up. Okay, 3 days in that. Make sure you want to try to log on all 3 days, of course, just because you get items as well, but basically the 20 you just need to purchase are inside of the actual Soulmaster sale, so you can snatch those up. And it was only 27. It's only like 1,000, I think is what it came to. So you shouldn't have any trouble making that. So just the Awakening event and that. Zoo King's concert ends, so make sure that you get everything on that. Okay. As always, make sure you complete the festival. I completed this up yesterday, so there's nothing left for me to collect in here. I've collected everything. So it was pretty interesting. It did match the anime, which is what it was based on. So make sure you participate in that as well, just to get a little bit more familiar with it. And other than that, everything else pretty good. Active Wheel, make sure you get everything inside of here. Make sure you complete all of the actual spins. So nothing new in terms of that. But yeah, so Sea God Tag Sand is up. So get in there. Make sure you purchase everything. You spend about 10,000, maybe 11, 12,000 diamonds purchasing everything inside of the Soulmaster sale. But it's all useful, so it's definitely something that you want to focus on. And you really want to focus on those divine skills because the divine skills here are what upgrade inside of the handbook. Okay, so you these upgrade as you complete the divine skills in them. So you want to try to max out the divine skills for all of your SS Plus and SS characters. It's a lot easier, of course, to do your SSs. See, his is maxed out, maxed out, maxed out, maxed out. SS Plus, haven't worked on him yet. Maxed out. God, just maxed him out. Finished him up today with, I think I needed 30 some of the shards. So now I'm working on the Phoenix, and then of course we'll have Oscar. But yeah, so so when you get those shards, maxing those out, and as you max out their divine skills, it updates the handbook, and that as you update your handbook percentage and the level in your handbook, you get better stats. Okay, so I've got an attribute bonus right now. It's plus 23.5%. Okay, and team attack plus 23.5 on hit points, physical death, magical death, in an increment 27.5. See, so this all comes from increasing your actual divine skills. As you do that, it levels up. You're allowed to level up your handbook. So definitely want to make sure that you do that. So use those shards to actually get those divine skills up so that you can update the handbook, and that will give you a base to all of your skills, the whole entire handbook, and increases, give you an entire buff to your entire account, making you a lot stronger. So that's where we're at in that terms. So another 2 weeks we should be finally getting him. We'll see how he looks, but do make sure that you snatch up those 20 shards today. If you don't get them in the next 3 days, then when the event closes and it opens up next week, you're only going to get 20 more. So you're not going to have enough to complete the character. You'll have to wait until well into the WoW event before you get the remaining 20 shards. So it's very important that you get them today. I've spoke numerous times on the process flow and how they make it fairly easy to get the characters free from a free-to-play perspective. So you need to get those 20 shards. Okay, so get them. That'll give you the 110. And then when the WoW event opens up here in a few weeks, inside of the Soul Master Stale, we'll snatch up the chest and get the remaining shards, and then we'll be able to work on him. I've got a bunch of stuff saved up for him, as always. I've got I am working on, yes, I'm still working on Ice Woman right now, maxing her out. I maxed out him, but I do need to max out Ice Woman, so snatch from her. You do want to start saving up the shards so you can do him. Like I say, I've got about 3,000 here, but I've got 6,000. Actually, I think it's closer to 7,000. Already saved up inside of directly under the upgrade tab, so I've got enough to actually do it. Right now I'm just making sure it's difficult to get the mats in line, not the upper mats. I mean, once I get him to like red, he's clear all the way up to red 4. The problem is getting to red 4 requires some of the yellow rings. I don't have any characters that are in process of gathering those because I've passed all of those. So it's difficult to determine which of the rings I'm a little bit short on inside of the yellow. So it'll take a day or two to get him completely maxed, which is not a problem. I've got a bunch of stuff to do with him and make some determinations at that point. So it's a work in progress, but I am waiting actually for him, and I've got enough that. So within a few days, I'll have him maxed out, and we'll start putting him in and see. Based on what we've got from his skill set, you can take a look at the skill set if you go into his actual portrait. It's all the way at the end here. So as you can see, when you do the hero details is where you can get a description. Okay, and the reason that it is because we're seeing this deals physical damage equivalent of 20,000% of attack to enemies one time. I mean, even though it's only one time, that's just 20,000 per instance, is just freaking ridiculous. So he definitely going to be overpowering, but he should be. I mean, he is the protagonist. Sea God is his form, so he should be by and by considered to be the most powerful in the game. I was assuming I thought uh, several months back before they finally did that he was probably going to be the first of the final ever characters. I didn't know that they were going to do triple S. I was expecting that there were probably going to be, I don't know, maybe a U or S or something like that. Characters is what they were going to come out with. And I assumed that he would be the first character in that particular genre, but apparently, no. So I assume they're going to come out with the triple S tag set. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to try to do to, obfuscate the SS Plus version. So it is what it is. I don't know. Maybe they had this on plat before they came out, decided to come out with the SS triple S characters, but we'll have to see. So yeah, so I expect he's going to be the most powerful character on his inception. So we'll have to see about that. The word I'm getting it is but based on what we're seeing on the skill set, if it does translate into game format, it would not be surprising that he would be able to pretty much definitely increase your survivability in just about every format of the game. We'll have to see. We'll get him. We'll knock him out. We'll level him up and we'll put him in there and see what we get out of him. And then we'll have to see how that translates into triple S's, how they format, and how they change the team landscape. But yeah, so a bunch of stuff. So it's very exciting as what's going on. So definitely. But I did want to go ahead and let everybody know that it is up. We thought it was going to be. We assumed it would be the end of this week, and it waited till the very end of this week on Sunday. So, but it's up for 3 days. So make sure you do get those shards, so that when the Woo bit drops here in a few weeks, you'll be able to make Tank Sam. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see the bell. Click on it. You get notified each time I drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video, as the YouTube algorithm does particularly like that when you do it, and it allows more people to see the video. This is Kid Rick coming at you from the corner, signing out.